if you're not a good teammate, and being a good teammate means carrying your share of the weight and caring about other people and getting along with them and be, normal human stuff. But if you don't have that, like your teammates, your boat crew are going to find a way to drive you out, bring you to the attention of the SEAL instructors. You're gone. You want to have very rigorous training, one, so you can weed people out and keep the right people. But in that rigorous training, you bond. And the harder the training, the more you're going to bond. You're going to start caring about people and caring about your teammates, because misery loves company, but it does have this effect. And then it's ultimately, this comes from culture where you demand that people adhere to the values that you're creating. The value foremost of which is that the mission is more important than you. Your teammates are more important than you. So you set these values, and then in the culture, you demand adherence. And then you get rid of people who are counter to that, who are negative, who are self-centered. Because, yes, there's egos in SEAL teams, but ultimately in operations and when it counts, you got to know that this person has your back, and that comes through training, through situations where you're putting and drilling these responses. So it comes from all of this, but ultimately, where does all of this come from? Where does the recognition that training needs to be hard? Where does that come from? It comes from culture. That's the underpinning of it all. And in your question about how would companies, corporations develop this can be hard. It's going to be a challenge. I think about this. How would you couldn't even have a SEAL platoon in a remote workplace. This just wouldn't work. And so I don't have experience in companies that have this hybrid workforce or remote workforce, but you absolutely have to bring people together periodically, and you have to go through hard times. Hard times bond the team together. These hard times can be for real, or they can be simulated through training, but you opt to go do hard things together as a team in an offsite, hiking somewhere difficult, or go doing something that's a challenge, and you will find people are going to start bonding together. That's just how it's going to be. So that's what I would recommend companies do.